All right, let's walk through how local dev works. So I have a project here that I just spun up. I went ahead and I transferred the repository over to my GitHub account. So make sure that you transfer the repository. Once that is transferred and in your ownership here in GitHub, then you'll just clone it to your computer as normal. Once it's there, pull it up in your local IDE or use a terminal window, however you might want to do it. And inside of here, what we'll do is the first thing we want to do is we want to make sure we're on the, I think we need to be on the preview branch. So we'll go git checkout preview, and great, we're on to the preview branch. And now what we're going to do is we'll just run npm install. So this is going to install all the normal packages that would be added to a repository. If you already have this and you've been coding locally with the project, then you've probably already ran this and it's not needed to be run again, obviously. So the next thing that you'll do is we'll run this command, which will be setting up the Stackbit CLI. So on side of here, I have to put in sudo because of my permissions. So you may have to do that as well, but it's npm install -g capital U and then at stackbit /CLI. And then I'm going to put in my password here. Great, now everything's running, cool. And now that that's done, the next thing we'll do is we'll just check the version. It needs to be above version 0.2.0. So we can do that by typing in stackbit version. Great. And now the next thing we'll do is we're going to run npm run dev like we normally would to get our project up and running, right? So here we have it up at localhost. So I'm going to pull it up at localhost, and we can see once this comes up, we're going to get the preview here of what the website looks like, but we're not going to get all the functionality of Stackbit, which can be a pain at times when you're wanting to see what the editors will actually work with inside of the studio. So here is here's what this localhost usually would look like, right? So now what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that all the whole studio will run on your local, making this crazy fast and just making everything so much more seamless with coding on your project. So let's now split this and add another terminal window. We want to keep this running here, and now what we need to do is we're going to run from the project directory. We're just going to run the stackbit dev command. So we can see I'm inside of the projects directory, right? So all we're going to do here is type in stackbit-dev and hit enter, and boom, this is up and running. And so now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this link here, and you'll see that your project's running in local development because it'll say local development right here. And inside of here, you can actually come in and start to make updates. You can change anything you might want the same way we normally would when it's running inside of Stackbit's container, the studio itself. But now this is all locally on your computer. So let's actually do a side-by-side and see this just so we can comprehend how it's all coming together. So inside of here, I'm going to find the our pages, and we'll just go into the index. And so I'm inside of VS Code here, and let me just do that and do this so we have a little bit better. So work loves, and we'll say all capitals local dev, and I'm just going to Command S, and I will see that update here, right? And the same thing goes here. I can say work loves Stackbit, and boom, it's already updated inside of your local. So now you've synced up your VS Code and local editing experience with the studio itself, and you can see how all these things actually change in here. And when you add in kind of new things to a content model, you'll see how they interact here as well. So then when you push up to the preview branch in the remote, right here, that will then everything will become available inside of the studio that your content authors will actually be working in. So hopefully this is helpful. This is one of my favorite features. I'm so excited about it being live. So yeah, hope this is helpful, and we're here to help if you ever need anything. Cheers.